Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Morning, Amina.
Good morning.
Cameras?
पीछे टीका लगाना है तो लगा लो। ऐसे ऐसा बैठो।
What did we do? Do you remember? What were we doing?
बैग कहाँ है?
Ma'am, you said that you will continue the
ओ बेटा इधर बैठो।
So, right, like since we did not complete all the presentations that day, so today
Ma'am, I have sent you my project. Did you see?
yes, I received.
Sorry दीदी।
I sent you my second one.
I received yours.
Did you see that?
I've received maximum presentations.
Ma'am, I
but
also
yet-
tell you.
Yes, but I've received maximum presentations. The only thing is, yet there are many students, those who have not submitted. So I would request everybody to submit it, and like who all are now left to present me their presentations. Rashti did not present, right? And as far as I can see, it's Ifar Mumtaz. That is Amina Mumtaz. So if you all are ready with your presentations, you can present it to me today, or else I'll continue with my lecture. Because again, I have to finish my portion also.
Ma'am,
Hmm?
did you get my like homework and the project? Because in my Google Classroom, it's not showing that you have received it.
Check with your name once and I'll confirm it to you.
Uh,
Okay? I have the number.
Did you
I
get
ma'am,
mine?
Ma'am,
WhatsApp also.
I-
I'll just revert you.
Ma'am, I can show you my second one.
Second thing, yes, definitely. Yes, because that day you did only one topic, right?
Yeah, because my second one was not finished.
Okay. So we'll start with your second
Can I
topic.
get check machine, please? Yeah.
Not a problem.
ma'am, the question answers I will send it today to you.
Yes, sir. Please send to it so that I have the entire thing with me. Because even I have to allot marks according to your assignments also. Everything will come. So it is better if you do it, everything together, the things are prepared and then I can allot marks. Or else like even if you've completed your work and not submitted, the only thing is you lose marks. I would request everybody, all the assignments, the project, and then yet again you have your papers also. So let all these three things come together so that you score good marks. Okay? Marin, yes, you want to share the screen? I'll just give you the permission. Yes, you can share it now.
Okay, ma'am, just give me a second. I'm facing some issues, some slides.
Be waiting. Okay, one more thing I want to tell is like since our exams are scheduled for 21st of March and today is 4th of March and like I will hardly
Ma'am.
have yes.
Ma'am, 22 will.
This Monday, ma'am, 21st.
Yes,
Yes,
Monday is there.
yes, that is like generally like after that, it would for you it would be 22 because like rest of the class have classes on Monday also. So as for all those things, I'll hardly have 2 or 3 lectures more with you. So I will not be able to
Okay, ma'am.
complete the entire chapter of like we were doing mass and weight, right? But what will I do? I will do up to a particular topic and I'll be posting it like by tomorrow. I'll be posting your syllabus also, the entire thing, the portion that is going to come in your exam. So I will mention the topic where I will stop with the page number. So for that chapter, you have to learn only up to that topic. One more thing. Like when I started teaching your class, I did.
Can you repeat? I can't hear you properly.
Since I have just 2 or 3 lectures more with you, I will be not able to complete the chapter mass and weight. So what will we do? I will only give you a specific page number up till where you have to study that chapter. Understood? I think
Okay,
that is page number 120. The topic is gravity. So you have to learn only till gravity. The rest of the chapter will be omitted.
Ma'am, first a page till gravity.
first page till gravity?
Yes, from the first page, as in like the from where the chapter starts up till gravity, and that is page number 120. So I'm planning to finish up till there. First thing. Second thing is like when I started teaching you, I did 4 chapters with you. We did food chain, we did electricity, and we did caring for environment, and now we are doing mass and build. This is the
Not
4th
more.
chapter. You all did one more chapter with the previous teacher. So are you comfortable of giving me an exam of that chapter too? Since we've only completed
Yes.
4 chapters.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
can I
First
include that
chapter.
chapter? The first chapter, yes. Can I
Yes,
include
yes.
that chapter
Ma'am,
also?
human organ?
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry.
Yes, ma'am. That's fine.
And the chapter name is human organ.
Yes, yes. So like everybody will be comfortable. So we'll be having 5 chapters for
Yes,
the
yes.
exam.
Okay,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
So with your consent, I'll be including that chapter also. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but 5 will be only up to page number 120. Okay, Chalo. So Mariam, I hope there are no doubts. Don't worry, I will post
Ma'am,
everything in
today,
the classroom also. Yes.
ma'am, today we will not do anything.
No, we'll be doing our chapter. I'm just waiting for some more presentations to come, and then we'll start.
So this presentation is about saving energy. The introduction. Then there's renewable energy, save energy, and conclusion. There's a quote by Robert Swan: "The greatest threat to our planet is the belief that someone else will save it." Introduction. Energy waste means consumption of electricity, water, and gas which does not perform any useful action. Energy conservation means reduce amount of energy used. Energy conservation is achieved by efficient uses of energy and some smart work. Do we waste energy or are we energy efficient? Find out yourself. Reasons of wastage of energy: putting TV on standby mode, opening fridge for no reason, leaving AC on when it's not in use. How to conserve energy: turn off the lights and fan when not in use. Don't take a car when it's not that far. And use bucket bath instead of shower. Renewable energy. Renewable energy is energy that is collected from renewable resources that are naturally replenished on a human time scale. It includes sources such as sunlight, wind, rain, tides, waves, and geothermal heat. Top 3 countries that use renewable energy: Germany, 12.74% of renewable energy is used. UK, 11.95% of renewable energy is used. And in Sweden, 10.96% of renewable energy is used. How we can save energy at home: turn off lights and fan when not in use. Use bucket bath instead of shower. Don't turn on multiple lights in the daytime. The sun's light is enough. Make sure the refrigerator is closed properly. Turn off the AC when the room's temperature is bearable. Don't turn on the washing machine if there are only a few dirty clothes. A family should watch movies together so that everybody doesn't use a different device and use up lots of electricity. Conclusion: how we can encourage people to save electricity. We can make an energy awareness campaign. We can personalize the problem and benefits. We can provide incentives, or the government can. Organize seminars in schools and colleges. Billboards at public places and busy roads, and using social media to raise environmental awareness. Thank you.
very nice. The information was apt. One thing that I like in the project that the basis presentations when you only have so much of information. PowerPoint presentations are the one with minimum information, more pictures, and then information should be up to the mark. And yes, Miriam, I found that in your presentation very good, well presented. I just want to ask you one thing: where does this accent come from? Like, did you stay abroad? Because you don't have our accent, you have a British accent, right?
No. I never learned Hindi as a kid. I grew up speaking English. That's why.
Okay, but like, did you stay in India and learn to this accent, or like, were you staying somewhere outside?
Yes, I have never gone abroad.
Okay, so it comes from your parents, like they speak in that way because we generally don't use his accent. So I used to always wonder
No,
why. So because when
no,
Musa
they
speaks in this
just
accent,
yeah, because we both never learned Hindi.
you don't know Hindi.
We only understand it a bit. No, only recently we started to learn a little bit.
So next time I'm going to take your Hindi classes also. What say, So in case we want to, make fun of you, I'll be only talking in Hindi.
I'm slightly better at it than Musa, though.
Musa is very quiet. He'll never say anything in the class. I'll keep on asking Musa, you understand me? Because he's a little weak in maths. So even if I understand, I even ask him, never answer. Okay. So now, who else is left for the presentation? Anybody who wants to present it?
Ma'am?
Yes.
Ma'am, we are getting marks for this.
Yes, definitely. Like since your paper would be of 50 marks, but your science paper would be only of 40 marks because this 10 marks will go to the presentation. Okay. Musa, you're yet to submit your project. Is it ready?
No, ma'am.
Why? We have 10 marks for it, Pita. Please take it seriously. Prepare it. I have 1 or 2 lectures more. See to it that you present it or you'll simply lose 10 marks. It's not necessary that you make a PowerPoint presentation. If you're not comfortable with the PowerPoint presentation, you can always make a poster also. Just take a normal chart paper. You can draw something. You can write something on it and you're ready to go. Okay. Rest of all also, where is that submitted? Amina Mumtaz, I don't remember whether she submitted or not. I think so she has not. And Drashti also, please see to it that you, at least if you're not presenting, you're submitting it on the Google Classroom. Okay. And yes, Amina, that's absolutely fine. Only thing I'll miss seeing your face. And I like when you smile. See, now she's very blushing. Because I've noticed her, she smiles at everything that I say. Hana, Amina? Okay. I'll share my textbook.
Ma'am, wait a minute. I will bring the textbook.
Okay, sure.
Ma'am, today I was thinking that you will not teach anything. So that's why I don't bring it.
Today you're thinking what, Peter? That I'll not do anything?
Yes, ma'am.
Those days are gone. I'm worried for my portion. I want to finish the entire chapter, but the thing is, the exams have been preponed, and again, like it takes time. Like I don't believe in just simply reading and not explaining, and just have a target to finish it. That is not my thing of teaching it. So देखते हैं कितना होता है. Hey, what did I say? Mariam, what did I say? चलो देखते हैं कितना होता है. What does that mean, Mariam? Mariam is not answering. Mariam has now become Musa. So, yes, we were learning about, okay, everybody, like, I cannot see anybody. Please turn on your cameras. I feel very uncomfortable when the cameras are off. It feels I'm talking to myself. Okay, so we were learning about mass, we learned about weight, we learned what is the difference between it. Then again, we learned the reason that what is the reason behind the revolution of the earth. Since we all know that everything that will be falling on the earth will directly get attracted towards it. Then what is the reason that the planets, the moon revolve around it and they don't get attracted or they don't fall on the earth? So we even learned about that. And then yes, we learned about some nice tactics that scientist Galileo tried and experimented to see the reason behind it, but then yes, he could not conclude it. And one simple reason behind why there's an orbit or why the planet rotates is the distance, the speed, and the gravitational force. All these things work together, and the planets revolve around us, and they do not fall on the Earth. Nor does the moon fall on the Earth. Okay, we learned about the force of gravity. See, we are on page number 116. I will try and complete up till page number 120. So for this chapter, you have to learn only till page number 120. Okay. Laws of motion. Zainab had even told me some of the laws of motions. I still remember that. Okay. So before we start this, we have one small question which everybody will know. What force pulled the apple from the tree to the ground? What was the force?
Gravity.
Ma'am, gravity.
Gravitational force. One student from Mendeleev told me this joke. What would have happened if the apple, instead of apple, the entire tree would have fallen on Isaac Newton? Our science would have been comparatively simpler. No, no offense. Or else then I'll see Mr. Newton in my dreams. Okay. So, and you know what? Madam, this is the first time I could hear and I could understand everything that you said. I don't know, maybe this because of my headphones, or you spoke a little louder, or you spoke a little clearer. So let's ask Mariam only to read this. Chalo, Mariam, we'll read this and I'll try to understand what you're talking.
Okay, ma'am. Isaac Newton started to think there was not a force pushing the planets round in an orbit. He realized that the force of gravity was stopping the planets flying off into space. This meant they were trying to fly outwards all the time, but were being pulled towards the sun. Newton realized that the moon was being pulled to Earth by gravity. This is why it did not speed off in a straight line into space. We now know that the planets are held in orbit by the pull of the gravity from the sun. Newton discovered that the bigger the planet or star, the bigger the force of gravity it has.
Continue reading, Mariam.
First law, objects continue doing what they are doing unless forces speed them up or slow them down. Second law, heavier objects need more force to move them. Third law, whenever an object pushes another, it gets pushed back in the it gets pushed back in the opposite direction equally hard.
Wow, that's great. So before I start explaining this, this page, the entire page is very important, because from the exam point of view, you will get something or another from this page. It could be either the 3 laws, it could be the reason why the planets and all don't crash with the earth. So mark this
Ma'am, we
page.
can learn this law from here. But
No, it could be, and I come from an SSC board, so these were not the definitions. So I'm not very happy with the definitions. I will write it down and I will send it back to you. No worries. But yes, even if you write it from here, it's fine. Because we learned about a little more specific thing here. The things are very, it is given in a very crisp language, which I don't prefer. But even if you write, it's completely fine. Okay. One more thing is that no, okay, that's right. fact is not that important. Okay. So we've simply just discussed the reason, like he just kind of researched that what is the reason that are pushing the planet to go in an orbit and not crashing towards the Earth. The only reason is the gravitational force that is not that strong that it will just attract it towards itself. Again, the speed in which it revolves, and what is there? What's the one more thing? The speed and the direction. These three things will work together, and the planets will move in a circular orbit. Now there are the laws of motion. Newton spent many years working out on the shapes and the size of the planets. He worked out for the rules for gravity and how everything in the universe moves. These are known as three laws of motion. Just on the process of learning about the circular orbit or how the planets revolve around the Earth, all these researches made him to conclude it into three different laws. What is the first law? We'll just discuss about it. Objects continue doing what they are doing unless the force speed them or slow them. It's just like the way we all behave when we used to go to school and used to have your breakfast slowly, and then our mothers used to come and then start shouting, "Arey, jaldi karo, jana hai, school bus aa jayegi." So until our mothers shout, we will do our things on our own pace. On our own pace. It is a similar thing that is given. Unless there is an external force that is acting on it, the movement of the planets will remain the same. The force can either increase the speed or decrease the speed, but without that external force, the speed will remain constant. What does the second law says? Heavier object needs more force to move them. Simple to understand. Anything that is heavy, we need to apply more force so that it moves. Like you cannot move a bed easily. You need to apply more force as compared to an object that has comparatively lighter weight. Then comes the third law. Whenever an object pushes another object, it gets pushed back in the opposite direction equally hard. I can just kind of recollect, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. That is what we learned in our school days. Every action has an equal or opposite reaction. What does that mean? You give me a slap and I will slap you back. As simple as that. So whatever you do, the same type of force will get back applied to you also. So these are the three important laws. Please see to it that you remember it, you memorize it, you understand it, and then you will get fill in the blanks, true or false, question answers, brief answers. Something or else you will come from this page number 1117. Okay, take a note of it. Okay, moving on to the next page. Things that go up always come down. Understand the difference between the mass in kilograms and weight in newtons. One more thing. Now, what is this? Weight is measured in newtons, but we use kilograms in everyday life. See, whenever we go to any supermarket or to any normal market also, we measure things in weight. Okay. And what is the unit that we call kilograms? भैया ये कितना किलो का है, ये आधा किलो दे दो. So the weight is generally being measured in kilograms in our day-to-day life. But in reality, what is it? The weight should be measured in newtons. Again, what is the relationship between weight and newton is what you will be coming to know in this page itself. Okay. The Newton N is a unit of measurement. Okay. What do you think the name comes from? Where does it come from? As simple as that. Chalo quickly.
The scientist Newton.
Very good. From the name of the scientist, Isaac Newton. You want me to write or you'll remember this? Simple, I think so.
Yeah, it's simple.
Yes. This will even if I give this in your paper, what would you simply write? You'll just write it comes from the scientist name. The entire name is Isaac Newton. Okay. Moving on further. Isaac Newton investigated gravity for a long time. We now know that gravity pulls you towards the center of the earth. This is true when you are in the air. in water or just standing on land. So wherever you're falling is the position that is center of the earth that is exerting force and pulling towards the earth's center. When you throw a ball up in the air, what happens to it? What will happen to a ball if you raise it high in the air? Anybody who's got a ball
Ma'am,
around, let us just see what happens to the ball. Do you have anybody or any object that you can raise it in the air and it will kind of come down? Anybody?
yeah, question get it.
Okay, yes, I think so. I'm gonna find it. Mariam is also searching.
I mean, I have a tic tac.
Yes, absolutely fine.
Will a football be okay?
Or if you don't hurt yourself, everything is okay. Now we'll just kind of see what happens. Why? What happens? Yes. So where does a football
Ma'am,
go?
I also
Amina?
have football.
Yes, you can just raise it in the air and just see what is
Even I
happening.
have.
Wow, in Anya hands. Okay. Yes, yes. Just try it 2-3 times. Does it go sideways? It stuck there in the air. What happens? You just kind of try and do it again.
Earth pulled it. The earth pulled
Yes.
ball. Gravitational force.
And the gravitational force pulls the ball.
Definitely. And you can just observe it does not go sideways.
It comes
Why?
down straight.
Because
Same direction.
that is the center of the earth for the ball. It could have gone sideways also. It could have, stung in the air also, but no. What is the reason? The gravitational pull that brings everything down. And down where? At the center of the earth. Okay. Whenever you are on the earth, the force of gravity is almost the same. Okay, so here we see a fruit vendor. And what is he doing? Is simply measuring the fruits. Okay, but what is happening? Measurement of fruit is one thing. The second thing is, you can see now the things that come up, they go down. Why is that happening? Again, because the gravitational pull is pulling it towards itself. That's the only reason that the things come downwards when they weigh a little more. No, don't do it. No. No.
Ma'am, it was 120.
120. Did I reach
Yes.
120?
Yeah, you reached. 120. Yeah.
118. 118.
It was 180.
We'll take 1 or 2 lectures more, but then I'll be 87. I want to revise also. That is the only reason I'm not completing the entire chapter. Okay. When a shopkeeper weighs fruit, what unit of measurement does he use? Circle the correct answer. What is the correct answer, kids? Meters, kilograms, or newtons?
Kilograms.
Perfect.
Kilograms.
Most people talk
Kilograms.
about weight being measured in kilograms. This is incorrect because it is easier for us to think about in this way. Mass is the amount of matter or a particle of an object. It is measured in kilogram or kg for short. Weight is a force of gravity. Scientists measures all forces in Newton. Before I started this chapter, this is what I explained to you: mass and weight. We simply say, "जो mass है वही weight है." No, mass is a matter that is present in an object. Weight is a gravitational force that pulls the object towards itself. So this is the basic difference between mass and weight. And whatever action I'm doing, my daughter is sitting right beside me and she's just imitating me. Just whatever I'm saying, she's just doing the same thing. Say hi to everyone. Come, say hi. So she at least doesn't stay. Say hi. And I can see, at times when she's playing, she'll simply take out her notebook and she will match the teacher. मैं पढ़ा रही हूँ, मैं मम्मी जैसी टीचर हूँ. That is what he says. Okay. Investigation on Earth and mass of 1 kg Newton is about 10 newtons. This is what you need to remember. 1 kg weight is about 10 newtons. So if your weight is 50 kg, what will be your weight in newtons? It would be 500 newtons. 1 time kg is 10 times Newton. So whatever thing, if I give you a sum that a particular object measures 40 kgs, what express it in the terms of Newton?
400 Newton.
Perfect. What will you do? You simply multiply by 10 and you will get the answers in Newton. Okay. We use force meters to measure the mass and the weight of an object. With special scales, we can even measure our mass and weight. We all have seen a force meter, generally used, generally in a grocery shop to measure heavier things. This type of force meters we all have seen through. Yes, we use them to measure the weight of an object. Copy the table below your investigation notebook and add 5 blank rows. Find 5 objects, measure the mass of weight, and record the result. One example has been given for you. This will not be able for us to perform, but then even, just briefly, if we just talk about it, 1 liter of bottle, the weight will be 1 kg. So what would be its weight in? Sorry, the mass would be 1 kg.
10,
so what would be
10
its
newtons.
weight? Okay. We'll just randomly, just talk about, if I take a watermelon, okay? Just giving you
I am a water 2 kg, na? Or
What?
3.
Watermelon, and I don't know where will this go. Suppose it is 3 kg. So what would be its weight in Newton?
Ma'am, 30.
30 Newton.
And don't forget to write that n. Without this n, I will not give you marks. One more, give me one rough. Okay, one thing. There's a cauliflower. Now I see now. Let me see how good you are at your maths. It measures 0.5 kg. 0.5 kg. That is 500 grams. Okay. So what would be its weight in Newton? So tell me the answer. Let me see who can do it right. Multiply. I can just write and मुझे भी नहीं आता इतना orally, but I'll multiply and I'll give you right answer. 0.5. Yes. Chalo, quickly. You want me to do it on the screen now? Bendy has told me कि ma'am आप मेरी maths की teacher बन जाओ. Yes, definitely. Mendel has told me. 0.5 multiply by 10. I'll give you such sums now in your exams because you're not giving me answers. Multiplication.
Ma'am, I multiplied it is coming 5.
5. Yes, your answer is right. 0 5s are 0. 0 zeros are 0. What will I do? I'll write a 0 from my side on the second part. Now 1 5s are 5.
5
1 0 is 0.
0.
Now I'll add
0.
this. What do I get?
50.
Yes. You will get 50, but since you had a decimal in the question, what are we going to do? From our right hand side, I'll start putting a decimal. So since there was only one decimal, I'll put a decimal over here. Right? So this gets cancelled.
0
and
newtons.
then your answer becomes 5 newtons. Simple. Let me just write it over here. It
Yes,
becomes.
Ma'am, can you do it one more time? I was not here.
Yes, but I'll do it one more time. What am I supposed to do since the question was 0.5 kg? So I wrote 0.5 multiplied by 10. because the weight and mass and the Newton, the relationship is 1 kg is equals to 10 newtons. So I multiplied it by 10. 0 5s are 0, 0 zeros are 0. Then I'll write 0 from my side. Now 1 into 5 is 5
1 kg equals to 10 newtons.
newtons. Yes, that is the relationship between kg and newton. You need to remember that. Okay. And then 1 zeros are 0. What will I do? I'll simply add it over here. 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 5 is 5. And then we have 0. Now comes the decimal point. Since there is one decimal over here, I'll put the decimal over here. So this 0 then gets cancelled. So what is my answer? It becomes 5 newtons. Simple multiplication. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Ending my lecture over here. Will be continuing next time. For the ones who've not submitted your presentation, wait. For the ones who've not submitted the presentation, please present it as soon as possible. I have one more member back. Okay. Say hi to everyone. Emma, say hi. Give flying kiss. I miss you.
Hi.
Bye. Have a great day ahead.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye.
Bye.
का चांद है ना